Congress just voted and the bills passed. What does this mean and does it impact you? That's what I want to talk about right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, now Congress just held votes on two separate bills and both of them passed. Well, that's what I want to talk about here in this video because one of these bills completely contradicts an announcement that I brought you yesterday evening that was just announced by the administration, and this would actually be pretty impactful for the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries. Therefore, we need to talk about what is going on here. We got the announcement out of the administration yesterday, and now we just got this bill that passed Congress today, and they are completely contradictory. So let's get into it and talk about what's going on, and do they even have a clue what they're doing right now? I'm not really sure. That's kind of a trick question, right? Yeah, anyway, let's talk about what's going on here. However, really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, watching all this new information hitting the wire. As you can tell, things are changing very rapidly right now, and of course, I want you to stay posted on what's actually going on right now and how it may impact you going forward. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet so you don't miss any videos going forward. And also remember, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. That's my dedication. That's my commitment. And as always, that is my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. All right, thanks again. Let's get into it because yet again, they flip-flopped on us, and do they even have a clue on what they're doing right now? Well, I don't really know, but let's talk about what they're doing here. All right, so yesterday evening, I was out in a video and said the announcement that came out of the administration was they literally just announced it like, I don't know, an hour and a half before I posted that video yesterday evening. The president came out and told Congress that they were going to be ending the public health emergency declaration on May 11th. Now remember, in that video yesterday, I laid out all the details and what this would mean for low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries when the public health emergency declaration actually ends. It's really not going to be that great of a situation, right? There's going to be a lot of people that are losing benefits, as in Medicaid coverages. There's also going to be the end of the extra allotment for SNAP benefits as of this month, and a whole bunch of other things. Well, we heard yesterday out of the administration, it's going to be ending May 11th. Well, guess what? Congress just passed two bills today. The first bill is the Pandemic is Over Act. That's the name of the bill. That's one of them. The other one is the Freedom for Healthcare Workers Act. Now, the one that I want to focus on here in this video is the Pandemic is Over Act. Why? Because this bill would end the public health emergency declaration immediately. Not in May 11th, not tomorrow, not in a week, immediately, like right now, okay? So what does this mean then, okay? Like I said, yesterday, we heard the announcement saying May 11th. Now, today, Congress is saying, forget about that. Let's do it immediately. So we got like a huge discrepancy here. Okay, let's talk through what this actually means. And I also want to circle back here and talk about the video that I just posted a few hours ago as well, talking about the 26 different states that are sending out the extra allotment in the month of February for SNAP benefits. Okay, let's talk through some details here because now we've got, yet again, another confusing situation, okay? So, if this were to end immediately, as in, let's just say Congress passes this all the way through, which, by the way, it passed through the House of Representatives. As far as I understand right now, the Senate has not voted on this yet, but if they vote on it, which they will vote on it, right? Or most likely they will vote on it. And then if it goes to the president, what will happen? All right, so let's just talk about this for just a second here. Let's just say that the Senate passes it and then it goes on to the president and he signs it. Well, does that mean that the extra allotment for SNAP benefits will still go out in February? According to my research, I've dug into this deeper because I want to understand too, what happens here? If they end this thing now, like tomorrow or the next day or whenever immediately means, whether it's literally as soon as it's signed by the president is over or what, would this mean that the extra allotment will still go out in February? Because I know, based on that video from a few hours ago, a lot of you are really looking forward to this and also at the same time really nervous that when this extra allotment actually ends, what happens now, right? According to my understanding about this, regardless if they end it right now immediately or next week or if they wait, it sounds like February extra allotment for SNAP benefits will still be going out. That's my understanding about it, okay? There's not a whole lot of information out there talking about that specific issue just because, that's just not something that many people are really talking about. So I did find a little bit of information, kind of piecing all of it together. My understanding is that it would still go out in February, even if they ended it immediately. So that's a little bit of a sigh of relief, okay? However, it's still a little bit confusing because it's like, wait, yesterday they said May 11th, and now they're saying immediately. What does this mean? Well, what it sounds like is this would have a lot more impact, especially on Medicaid beneficiaries, just for the reasons that I explained yesterday in that evening, in that video as well, which was basically there's anywhere between about 6.3 million and about 25 million Medicaid beneficiaries that are going to be losing coverages practically immediately once the public health emergency declaration actually expires. And again, expires or cancels whatever they decide to do, right? And at this point, I don't even think they have a clue on what they're going to do because one hand, they tell us it's going to end in 4 months, and the other hand, they're telling us it's going to end in like 24 hours. So, what is it, right? Just give us an answer here, right? So anyway, what it really comes down to is if the Senate will be voting on this, and if they pass it, if they do, if it goes to the president, does he sign it into law, or does he whip out his veto stamp and say veto, and then he sends it to the burn pile, right? That's where it goes afterward. If he vetoes it, it goes right into the incinerator, right? Well, I don't know if it really goes there, but I'm just saying that's what I would do if I were the president. Anytime I'd veto something, I'd just literally just burn it right there. Why not, right? So anyway, my point is we just really have to continue to wait this out. But it's a little bit confusing considering we've heard all this information coming out, and now here we are, and they're talking about ending this immediately. So this is my understanding about this, and I want to come back and explain this right away and talk about the details because we literally just talked about this like, I don't know, 4 hours ago or something like that in the last video that I posted, 5 hours ago, in the last video that I posted, talking about the 26 states sending out the extra allotment for SNAP benefits. Well, then it's like, okay, if they end this right away, does that mean they're going to pull the rug and say, well, here's your extra allotment for February. Oh, just kidding. We just passed this bill that says we're going to end it immediately. Sorry about that one. You know what I mean? So I don't think they're going to do that based on my research and based on my understanding about this. But it looks like Medicaid, well, that's where we might have some problems. That's where we might have some people kind of losing benefits immediately. And this was actually one of the concerns that I did see floating around out there as well, which was in the event that Congress actually passes this all the way through, as in the House passes it, which they've already done. It's already been passed in the House. And then if the Senate passes it as well and the president signs it, that's one of the major concerns that I saw was, wait, this means that Medicaid beneficiaries may be losing coverages pretty quickly here, okay? So that was the major concern. So whether the president actually would sign something like this or not, I'm going to go out on a limb here and just throw my opinion in here. Generally, I don't like to throw my opinions into this, but based on the concerns that I was seeing, I would anticipate if this passes through Congress, I don't know. I don't really think the president's going to sign it. That's just my anticipation. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't really know, but just based on my anticipation and what I've been reading on this, it looks like the president would be kind of hesitant to sign this thing. That's just what I'm reading and what I'm thinking here. So anyway, yup, another flippy floppy out of Congress, right? So we'll see. It's literally why I continue to come back with these updates every single day, because we see stuff like this, right? It's like, why can't they just be on the same page, all of them, and just work together on something, right? But that's not how Congress is, and they never will be that way. And I think it'd be completely delusional of me to think, oh, wait, they're going to actually work together on something. Nah, it's not going to happen. They never do, right? For the most part, they usually don't, on a whole lot of things. Maybe sometimes, every so often they do, but for the most part, it doesn't happen all that often. Either way, I want to break this down for you, let you know what this new announcement that just came out, and yeah, this is where we stand. So let me continue to watch this for you. We'll see what the Senate does here, if they hold a vote, if it passes, if it doesn't pass. Either way, I'll keep an eye on this thing here, but this just hit the wire yet again, just literally a short time ago, like, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes ago, like right before I started recording this video, it hit the wire. I did a bunch of research on it, and this is what I found as of now. So Just like everything else, I'll add it to the pile of all the things I'm watching out there, but no worries. I look across multiple different sources every single day, and then again, as I find this information, I break it down into the shortest possible videos, and then I deliver them to you right here on the channel. So anyway, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of the other thousands of videos here on the channel, especially that last video from earlier where I talked about the extra allotments going out to the 26 states, millions of beneficiaries, as well as the video from yesterday evening where I talked about that announcement out of the administration as well. Check out those and you can see exactly what was happening as it was basically being released, as I was given that information, and then you can clearly see the differences here in this video as well. It's completely contradictory. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Sorry. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch you again later. Leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below, and also subscribe as long as you're down there, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.